Hello once again, audience.
How's it going, bro, man?
How are we, man?
Your little pussy belongs to me now.
All right, I'm gonna kill you with a knife. All right, to make this super authentic, I'm gonna set 2 timers.
All right.
All right, 30 minutes starts now. That isn't mandatory, but we'll see what we can get done in 30 minutes just to show people what a useful conversation can look like. We got Clucy
Yeah.
dropping a fucking locking in emote.
I'm feeling the pressure already. Holy moly.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Like, you stream. You've done some crazy shit on stream, but this is different.
This is, no, I'm feeling the pressure of getting to stick to conform to that 30 minutes.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. We gotta get, this is business time. Any RobbiePT subs in the chat dropping a business time emote?
I felt like just doing a little pause champ and then doing a little yapping.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the 30 minutes is more so like, let's see what we can get done, and then you've got another 30 minutes that we can just like fuck around.
Yeah. All right. What are we discussing?
Well, I have something that I think is going to be a massive thing for you, both in making it easier and more effective. But I wanted to throw it over to you first, because if you've got something that we really just have to get through, then that's more important because it's going to make you more adherent, you know?
Sorry, did you say massive? No.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll be showing my cheat day today. I'll show you what I'm having.
Are you showing? Okay. Whoa. Yeah, this is good.
Okay.
No, it's
So
not. It's
I'll
really
be
not.
consuming this whole tray of potato bake
Yep.
and this beef brisket. That's about 2,000 calories.
I fuck with you, twin.
'Cause I ain't really had too much to eat today so far. I just had some sushi.
Where'd you even get the? Can you show the brisket again? I was very distracted.
It's Woolworths branded.
Oh,
They're all Woolworths branded.
damn. Potato and bacon. Oh my god, that's dude. You're eating good.
That's 700 grams and that's 650. So that's like nearly, a kilo and a half worth of food. That'll be dinner tonight.
Yum.
I'll be consuming and munching on that. That's for sure.
Hell, freaking yeah. Bro's a munch.
Certified freak, 7 days a week.
Hell yeah. So how are you finding the dieting stuff? I know that was it was one of the points that came up throughout the week.
I don't know. It's a lot easier when I do everything. I've made everything beforehand. It's a lot easier.
It's just a matter of just eating it at the right times.
Yeah, it's well, I don't know. It's kind of like I get up, I have my breakfast.
Yep.
I go to work. I'll have a packet of. Oh, I forgot to get that today. Shit. Oh, well. packet of popcorn at work.
Yes. Yeah. That's important.
I didn't get any fruit either. I just realized.
Bro is going back to the shops.
Yes. My groceries already costed me $170.
Holy pog.
Yeah. But it's like as long as it's there and ready to have, I can do it. And I think that's the major thing for me was if I'm not prepared beforehand, I will find a shortcut to not have to do it at the day. So what I've been doing with lunch, I made 5 sandwiches for 5 days.
Yep.
And just chucked them all in the fridge, had them all there ready to go. When I had a gym the next day, I would get my clothes out beforehand. I make sure I have clean shorts, clean shirt, towel ready for the gym, shoes already in the bag for the gym. So there was literally no excuse. It wasn't like there wasn't a single thing I could forget and then go or AirPods, be like, oh, I've got no music. I'm not going to the gym listening to fucking Taylor Swift. I'm not doing that. Because that would be an excuse I would make in my head.
Totally.
So it's just preparing myself beforehand has been what I've been trying to do to make it easier, and it's been easier.
Yeah.
But the hardest part is getting home from the gym and then doing that because I'm so exhausted afterwards already. I'm just like, I really don't want to go home and put stuff together and make sure everything's ready for the next day.
Yeah, and as we discussed, it's kind of like for you, it was tying up your shoelaces, like sitting on the edge of the bed, and it's like, oh fuck it, like the flop, and nah, fuck it, I'm not going. Where if we kind of take away any of that momentum loss from you're already out of the house, you're already like rolling, moving, kicking some ass. You just take that to the gym and get it done. So yeah.
Well, I last month my bed broke 3 times. I had to repair it over and over and over, disassemble it and reassemble it and drill new holes.
Damn.
And now it was so fucked. I just got rid of the whole thing. So I don't have an edge of a bed to sit on. I've got a mattress on the floor.
What's the
Which is
meme? Like
even
women
worse.
hate to see us happy, and it's just
Yeah,
like a
exactly.
mattress in the middle of a room with no furniture.
Exactly. But I can't stand it. I can't lie because I hate getting up in the morning and I roll over and I'm like on all fours like a dog pushing myself up. I've been at the gym the last night. I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this. Get my body off the floor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in that case, that's another barrier you've kind of removed for yourself if you can't even sit on the edge of the bed and get hit by that can't be fucked factor.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
It's like even getting ready for work in the morning. It's like get out of the shower. It's like there's nothing to sit on. I'm gonna just dry myself off instead of sitting on my phone watching TikTok.
I love that. Like it sounds like you accidentally turned a bit of like a headache into an actual beneficial thing for you. So
That's
great.
It's kind of worked out that way, hasn't it?
It's funny the way you said that, especially when it came to food. You said that about the food, right? Where basically if it's not there, it's not ready, it's very easy to kind of make that excuse, or not even necessarily an excuse. It's just you get hit by that first wave of additional effort you weren't prepared to make and you go, fuck that. But, with your eating on Friday, you did that and you got through it. And there are many examples with certain pieces of equipment that you didn't have access to, or certain exercises that you're just not a fan of. And that's why I took us back. For people who don't know, we did work together previously on a program. And to be quite honest with you, like I would say that you are one of my most successful clients given the results that you had in the time span that you got those results. It was just unfortunate that, real life obligations and stuff kind of got in the way of it. But, I would say that the scale and scope of your progress is horrifying. And you might genuinely be a genetic freak, a bit of an anomaly, if you will.
God.
But yeah, I think that from the reason I went back to basically the first thing we ever tried together, knowing that we already made adjustments and knowing that there already was a little bit of friction and difficulty, was kind of to showcase that to other people, that if you don't have a personal trainer supporting you and you just go online and say weight loss 12-week plan, you can do that, but you don't just follow it to the letter because it probably wasn't built for you specifically. It was just built for a lot of people to be pretty effective. But if you look at it and you go, right, with you, the one of the first things we ever identified was we don't want to be like crawling around on the ground. We don't want to be going up, going down, moving our body up and down all around, right? We want to kind of just focus on some strength through controlled and no crazy ranges of motion. But we got back to that, and I think it was Monday. It was the bird dogs. It's basically, I ain't doing that shit.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And then day 2, clamshells. I ain't doing that shit. So that's my challenge as a personal trainer. And if you don't have a personal trainer and you're trying to do it yourself, is why am I doing this? Like this specific exercise. So for the bird dogs, it was a little bit of core, a little bit of stabilizing work. So we went for the cable crunches instead. And then for the clamshells, we're just trying to work on the hips, a little external rotation, abduction at the hip. So instead, we swapped over to some hip abductors. So you don't just see the exercise, and this is what you learn as a personal trainer. You don't see the specific exercise, you just see the benefit of the exercise. And then there are a million different ways you can get that exact same benefit doing a million different exercises. So being able to adapt is a skill that really, really can benefit in you, like in your progress. So you're very open to it and you give it a go, but you also have the skill of identifying like, dude, I'm not fucking doing that. Where some people will push themselves in something that just doesn't work, and they'll just get more and more frustrated, and then they'll just disappear off the face of the earth and, go hit up 1 million cheeseburgers.
Man, that sounds so good right now. I can't lie. Oh.
You've been so good. I do want to say, right? I don't know how much of your like specific information in terms of like your weight and where you're at physically you want to put out there, but
Just everything.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
so
We'll just say everything.
where'd you start at? Was it 170.3, something like that?
So I was 170.3
Yep.
last Saturday, which
Yep.
was the first weigh-in that we did.
Yep.
And I weighed myself in yesterday, and within 1 week we were, where is it? 167.6.
Yep. And for people who are, floating somewhere, if depending on your height and your gender and your age, most people in this chat are probably going to be somewhere around like 50 something kilos up to about 100 and something kilos. So that amount of weight loss in a week might be like whoa, what the fuck's going on here? But if you're up closer to 200 kilos than you are 100 kilos, weight loss of like 2 or 3 kilos in a week, that can happen. Like you can shit out 3 kilos on a day.
Yeah.
So yeah.
If I diet really hard, I could lose 8 kilos in 1 week if I was going from where I was last
Yep.
Saturday. Probably not now with everything that's going on. Like if I just did no exercise and just dieted
Yep.
and just cut to like, 1,500 calories a day,
Yep.
8 kilos in 1 week is not something that's unsheddable.
Yeah, totally.
It would literally just be all water weight.
But you would not be working. You would not
wouldn't be,
like
no.
you wouldn't be. You
No,
would basically have like you would sleep until it's time to have like your one meal, and then you would play video games until like 4 a.m. and you would repeat that for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like such a good life though. I can't lie.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I'm here to make you make the effort and eat twice as much food. So yeah, how are you feeling now at the end of the week? And you don't have to sugarcoat it, right? Tell me the good, tell me the bad.
I'm feeling so good, man. I feel like less of a Capachungus. I'm not looking forward to next week.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, and I think that's probably something that a lot of people, when they watch people online doing this sort of stuff, they see them and they're like, we're just gonna get in. We're gonna smash out next week." No one is actually like that. No one wants to smash it out. No one wants to go to work. No one wants to do this shit. It's just something that I guess, kind of tell yourself you've got to do. Because everyone goes to work. You have to work. You got bills to pay. So I gotta just tell myself that this is something I've got to do as well. I can't not do it.
Mhm.
So, how am I feeling? Probably a bit better. I'm definitely feeling a bit more awake, a bit more refreshed. But I would say also I'm feeling a bit more stressed
Mhm.
because I'm trying to think about, like today I've got a lot of meal prep to do, a lot of stuff to do. I'm just thinking about like, how am I going to fit this in? Am I going to be able to do it all? Is this something achievable for me, or am I, is it too late in the day already? All that sort of stuff. It's not, but it's probably just me getting in my head.
Yeah, no, I think unless we have like the most rich and chill guy in the world hanging out in chat, I think everyone can relate to some extent of the like cascading, oh fuck, and then I have to do this, and oh fuck, and then I have to do that, and then oh fuck, I have to do that. And then you actually sit there doing none of it because you're too busy thinking about everything when by the time you thought about everything and felt fucking like anxious and depressed, you probably could have just got it all done. So
Exactly.
yeah, no, I get it. I'm sure we got plenty of other people in here who get it. But the big thing that I just want to highlight that I haven't said expressly to you this time around, but we've kind of touched on it previously, is this is routine building right now. This is the hardest part. The first month or so, it changes depending on the person and where they're at. But the first month is where it's like, oh, fuck. Because you still have the old shit that you were doing in your mind. And you're still like thinking back on like, oh, what if I just did that instead? Or fuck it. Like, what if I just didn't go to the gym? Or what if I ate this? Blah, 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 blah. Whereas after a solid month of just grueling it out and making adjustments, right? Not just going like, fuck you, stick with this. Making these adjustments to help facilitate it and keep you honest and consistent. That is what is going to help especially because some people, what you said is true for a lot of people. Some people really do just love this shit. Some people really do. Like, there are people who it's like, yeah, man, let's get it done. Oh yeah, baby, I love it. Most people aren't. And especially online, when you see like content creators and fitness people online, most of them are either, like, no hate, on drugs to get through every single day, be it steroids or something else, or they're just putting on their best self for the camera, and then they turn the camera off and they sit there like, man, I want to fucking like. So yeah, what are you smiling about?
I'm just smiling because I'm thinking, oh, they're probably on fucking coke. But
I want you to kind of take that time to, first of all, acknowledge how great you have been through this first week, where you've identified struggles and you've helped either address them or persevere. At no point have we had a struggle and immediately given up and said, fuck this shit. That is a big one, because for a lot of people, that genuinely is their experience. Day one, they're like, I'm going to change everything about my life. And then the first bit of resistance, they're like, nah, I don't think I will.
You know, the biggest struggle this week has been the RobbiePT experience. The Wednesday, I was like, I realized that every day that I'm going home, I'm riding past Kebab HQ and I'm smelling kebabs, and it smells so good. And he's like, you can have a cheat. You will be allowed to have a cheat day. You can have 1,000 kebabs if you wish on your cheat day. And I was like, fuck yeah! Obviously, I'm not gonna have 1,000.
No,
kebabs,
I said,
God.
inshallah, we shall eat 1,000 kebabs on your cheat day.
Okay, so
you get one. You get
me.
one. I get 999.
No, I'm sorry, not enough hit. You don't do enough hits to have 999.
All right, you get 2 kebabs. Fine. You drive a hard bargain.
But then the next day, he's like, when you have your cheat day, I don't want you eating out. I want you to still go to Woolworths and prep something. Like, get something you can have that's not going to be as processed as fast food. And I was like,
no, that was this weekend. That was this weekend.
Yeah, I know. But it was like, that's what I'm saying. The hardest part about this week was just the thought of, I can't go and get this brand new cheesy zinger double stacker.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, Robbie was like, you know, if you'd like to, you can eat out tomorrow. You could have your cheat day. And I was like, no, you said I couldn't, so I'm not doing it. And then now we're here. I'm still not eating out this week.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting to
next Sunday, because the Sunday is what we agreed upon. No, Saturday?
It would be Saturday.
Yeah, it was Saturday.
Yesterday I did not cheat at all.
Yeah,
I just went and had steak again.
Next Saturday, hopefully this isn't like a week and a half run of the cheesy stacker, because that would be devastating. I think the Bernski gym coin stock would plummet.
It'd be devastating for you, you fucking dog.
I'm unsafe. If they stop running the fucking cheesy stacker within a week or so of bro starting his fucking like dieting and exercise, I'm done.
I'm gonna be furious. Oh, I'll get my bulk and rage activated.
Yeah,
back in the gym.
Yeah. The last thing I see will be your Jamaican smile as I walk down a dark alley at night. I still have my thing that I wanted to touch on specifically, but do you feel like you've kind of said your piece?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so the thing for me is, drumroll, form. Okay? Form, and not just what is good form, because you didn't have bad form, right? In all of the videos that you're uploading, please guys, if you haven't already, it's just at Bernski on TikTok, right? That's the new account.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were keeping secrets. Bro's just looking a little mystically down the lens of his camera.
I was staring into my own eyes afterwards on your stream. I was giving the puppy eyes. My form's not good. No, please.
So yeah, you on a few things, like you already know, the lat pull down, and the 21s, lat pull down, the machine rows, or the cable rows, sorry, and the cable crunches. There's just a lot of body weight being thrown around to facilitate the movement. And that is an important distinction to make between poor form or incorrect form and like cheating a movement. So cheating a movement can actually be a good thing because it can help you to really squeeze out that last little drop of effort, but you don't want to just start a movement and immediately be fucking throwing your body weight around. So we'll see how we go for time, but the thing that I want to say is, for me, I go into a gym and I'm feeling particularly judgmental on a day. I walk in and I see someone lifting a massive weight like an idiot, and I immediately judge that person. I can't help it. Like, it's just human nature, right? Humans are pretty judgmental. It's more so what you do with that judgment that defines whether you're a piece of shit or not. So I'll walk in, I'll see someone's like, he's deadlifting 3 million kilograms, but his spine is like, he's doing spine curls. It's like, wow, that guy's a fuckwit. Whereas I walk into the gym and I see someone deadlifting, 40 kilos, 60 kilos, but their form is perfect. I go, damn. Like, my form is terrible. That person is the best in the world at that. Holy fuck. Because if you walk into a gym, almost no one has like good form. Everyone either has acceptable form or shit form. When you see someone with good form, it's like, damn, like that person is dedicated. That person is going to make it. So
we're going to make it, bros.
So yeah, the thing for you that I really want to kind of just say, so that if you're ever thinking about it, or you're like in the gym worried about what's going on, I saw that, I can't remember which day it was. It might have been day 3, where you sort of spoke about how you feel like because you're a big guy, people are expecting you to be moving big weights. And what I'll say is, people who are thinking that, they're probably not thinking enough about themselves, and they probably look like shit. So who gives a fuck anyway?
That was day 4.
Day 4. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was day 4. It was because I did 21s. I did it with lighter weight to try and...
Because on day 3, you got the comment from that person who was saying, like, try to not rock as much. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And then went right back to the heavyweight and rocking just as much on Friday.
Yep. Don't worry. I'm the noticer. I've been noticing. So yeah, how do you feel about that? Like the ego lifting thing, to me, that is, week 1 was about getting in the gym. To me, week 2 is about cleaning up our act so that we get the most bang for our buck in the gym. And then from there, it's just 2 more weeks of just really getting it cleaned up and as personalized for you as possible. And then you have the routine.
I can't fucking wait for individual body parts.
Yep.
I can't stand this
full body.
It's like what we're doing, full body, because it's so long, so many exercises. It's like,
yeah, totally.
I'm there for like an hour and a half just working out, not including, going downstairs and, getting all my gear and stuff, getting stuff sorted.
Yep.
It's just like, it takes forever. And I remember when we started onto individual body parts, I was like, oh, this is like 5 to 6 exercises instead of 7 to 8. This is fucking awesome. But, obviously it's something we got to do. You can't just throw me in the deep end and be like, here you go. Don't tear your pec like the Trend Twins, bro.
Well, the big thing, and the reason that bare minimum you should be, obviously it's case by case. If you're not sure, look into it or speak to someone who knows. But for most people, starting full body basically gives you a buffer for your lack of effort and commitment. So in my eyes, you kind of have to earn a full body muscle split, because that is 5 to 6 days a week that you need to be in the gym and you need to be working out correctly. If you do that and you are hitting each individual thing and you don't have many like replicate sets or days in a week, if you miss that day or you have an ineffective day, you've fucked yourself. because you have to wait another week before you can do that again. Or you can just double up and then you've thrown off your cycle completely. And basically, there's just so much less room for error on like a full body muscle split than there is a full body fucking 3 day a week, which most people would be doing. You, for your own personal sake of like commitment, you want to be in there 5 days a week. But I would say that 3 days is where you ideally start for a full body approach. But when it comes to muscle splits, it's 5-6 days a week. 6 days, it depends on how you set it up, but 6 days I usually prefer because it allows you to really like order it and separate things and set yourself up for success in that. But yeah, so we'll figure that out. But these first 2 weeks, week 2, really addressing that, like basically the ego lifting mindset, and clean up for week 3, where we'll be looking for that muscle split thing, because you're getting in the gym, you're showing me that you're able to do it, you're willing to do it. If week 2, we see that improvement to form, then I 100% know that the muscle split will work for you. 0 doubt in my mind. Yeah. So if you wanted to, we can go over some of the exercises in particular that either you don't really feel too confident about or that I noticed some things about. I think the most standout one is cable curls. Just cable crunches, sorry.
Yeah. Cable crunches is probably the biggest one.
Yeah. So
The massive one.
sorry. I think for you on cable crunches, it feels like you don't know what to do with your arms. That seems to me to be the biggest thing.
I think it's my whole body.
You're doing great on everything else. From watching and everyone go check him out on TikTok at Bernsky. Your cable crunch form from the first time you did it onwards has only gotten better each time, but you're still kind of like, it's like it's becoming a tricep thing each time. You want to get it down, lock it in, and then it's just all in there. The second you start doing the cable crunches, you can bring it down, like rest it on your shoulders or your chest if you want. You can keep it suspended, but your shoulders are locked in. There's no more movement in the shoulders. And if you're struggling with that, it's too heavy.
Lock into it.
Yeah, straight up. So when you get it, what I would typically do is I would start in front. I would pull it out so that I have the tension in it, and then I would turn around and start from there. On the knees, just crunching. You do it better than a lot of people do. Do you have any idea what part of your cable crunch is great?
The fact that I'm doing it. I don't know.
You're actually using your back as well as your hips. Some people do it and they're just pivoting in the hips with a straight back. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, you're not even exercising anything. Like, you're doing like maybe getting a bit of a glute pump. That's
Dude, 3 sets of submissive and breathable.
straight up. But you're actually basically you're bringing your shoulders down towards your hips, and that engages your rectus abdominis muscles, the 6-pack, basically. And with that resistance involved, it's great. So yeah, that's the number one thing that I want you to kind of really focus in on is you need to bring the cable into whatever position is comfortable, shoulders down to your chest or like to the side of your neck, and keep it there. Your shoulders are not moving until you're ready to put it back up. And then the obvious stuff like the bicep curls, you've kind of already heard about that. But yeah, if you have to throw your weight around, I would say on the 21s, you can probably get away with the last like 2 or 3 reps. Like if you're really cooked and it's heavy and you just kind of need to give yourself like a little on the last 2 or 3, okay. If it's heavy and you just need to kind of use your body weight to get yourself through the last movement because your biceps are really getting cooked, hell yeah, you've made an effort. But if we're on rep 2 and we're already like, woo, then it's too heavy. The lat pull down and the cable rows, right? What I want you to be mindful of for this week is setting your shoulders each time you do it. So when I am doing a lat pull down, I'll try to square up so you can see what I'm doing here. When I go up, my shoulder girdle isn't going to be as depressed. It can't be unless you've been training shoulder depression every day of your life without my knowledge. So if you have a heavy enough stack, as you go up, you're going to basically do a shrug when you go up. And before you pull, eventually you'll do it as you engage. But right now, just because you don't have the mind-muscle connection, when you go up, bring your shoulders down and then pull. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So that way we're actually getting it in the shoulder, and that allows you to actually engage your lats because it's called a lat pull down, right? So that's what we kind of want to be getting in. Instead of just using that body weight to skip over that engagement of those muscles. So if I'm up here and I go, boom, it's all lat. If I'm up here and I go, as I throw my body back, essentially the weight that I'm moving at the speed that I'm moving is equal to or greater than the weight on the stack. So your muscles aren't even engaged at that point. You literally are not lifting the weight. Your body is just going, and the muscles are turned off. So when we are trying to exercise and train our muscles, we want them on, right? Like that's like the number one thing. So when you're down here, you can shrug up. You can go as fucking high as you want, but you need to come back down and squeeze those shoulders into place and then pull. Same idea. If the last 2 reps, you're kind of throwing your body weight around, that's because you've made an effort throughout the rest of the exercise. Squeeze the lemon, make a little more effort. I fuck with that. But if you're already throwing your body weight around on the first rep, it's too heavy. And it's the same for the cable rows, where if you're going like that, it's the exact same principle. So reach forward when you have the weight going down, and then when it's time to pull, you bring your shoulders back and then you pull. Does that make sense? Do you want to give that a go and see how that feels as well? Because I saw you doing it for the lat pull down one. But you can really you can bring your shoulders forward as far as you want, but you need to set them back and then pull.
This?
Yeah.
Push my chest out more.
Yeah, exactly. And you kind of as you do that, you'll notice that you open up. You bring you have a string attached and you pull your chest open.
I don't know how, but just doing that movement without actually doing the exercise, it feels gay as hell, man.
Yeah. I mean,
It just doesn't feel.
You look gay as hell, so that's what's up. Am I right, chat? Can we get a Capachungus pride in the chat?
Yeah. It just feels, because it's like when I'm in the gym, if I'm doing the movement, it feels fine. But when I'm sitting here in my chair, it just feels so awkward to be like, yes, my tits are out now.
Why?
I don't know.
No, and I'm not trying to be dismissive of it, right?
No.
I'm not trying to be dismissive or make a joke out of it, but genuinely, one of the biggest barriers for people, especially when they start, this is the thing. A lot of people they make fucking excuses, and it's a bunch of bullshit. But when the thing that you see that leads to people giving up once they've actually started is kind of what you're expressing. This idea of the judgment and the ridicule and all of this stuff, where you yourself said on your TikTok that that no one else is really thinking about what you're doing. Everyone's like, if everyone is sitting in that room thinking about how everyone else is thinking about them, then no one's actually thinking about each other. So
Yeah.
could you also think about it like adjusting your posture, less shrimping? That's exactly it. A lot of people, especially if you're sitting at your desk a lot, or you spend a lot of your time being all like depressed and mopey, you've got your shoulders rotated in, you've got that like that gamer tech neck posture. We're trying to do the opposite. So this is closed, right? This is closed. We want to be open. You want to externally rotate in the wrists. You want to be looking like that, right? Because we're not pointing our boobs out at people, right? This is just what it looks like when you got a little meat on your bones and you got good posture. So if people are like, hey, that guy looks pretty muscular, why is he walking around like that? That sounds like a fucking them issue, right? Because I've never seen someone who has like good posture and thought, fuck you, your body's too big. Like, what the fuck? Like, I have so many things that I need to think about that I don't have time to think about. Man, fuck that person's body. What a dumbass. Walking around like that with good posture. That's just what it looks like when you're Sigma male. You know what I mean?
On God. On God.
So yeah.
Relatable as hell.
How are you feeling about, because we're not going to get it first try, right? Well, that's what we saw last week, even without this initial chat on stream and without me us having like a 3-hour chat every night on how to perfectly do it. You still, even just reading your comments, even just kind of watching your own videos back, you found things and you were aware, something does happen sometimes is I think the moral of that story. But for you specifically in this situation, even if you go in tomorrow, you try to lift some weight and you're like, man, I feel like a bitch right now. And then you go an ego lift on the next set. Bare minimum, you tried and you know it will get better.
Yeah.
How committed are you right now in just like thinking about it to putting form over like weight on your lifts?
Not at all. No.
Fuck that shit.
I'm here to lift heavy and lift big. I'm not here to be a bitch, okay? Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I mean, we did it Thursday with the 21s. We can do it with all the other stuff as well.
Yep.
We can take a bitch baby step backwards.
Well, and to me, it's not even a step backwards. It's just you're over here, like off to the side, doing something else. Because unless you're doing the workout correctly, you're not doing the workout. So when you're ego lifting and you're compromising on form for the sake of, like meeting some imaginary standard of your strength, you're compromising on the actual returns on that effort.
Yeah.
Still a step in the right direction? Exactly. But if you're out here making all this effort, you're fucking busting your ass for this diet, you're getting, after a full day of work, you're still fucking commuting home, and then on top of that, going to the gym and everything else, wouldn't you rather that effort be closer to 100% on return? Or would you rather lift a bigger number but only get, 20% of the efficacy?
Yeah. You are correct, as per usual.
My biggest hater right here, literally. This fucking guy. If you have anything else to say, then we can go over it or you can just say it. Otherwise, yeah, I'm happy with how this chat has gone.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
We're done.
Cool. So where if we want to be up to date on your little journey here, as well as everything else, where can we find you?
I'm gonna stop you right there. No self promo in the chat, please. We don't allow self promo in the chat here. You can TikTok at Byrneski, BYRNESKI. I'm doing daily videos. I'll do one for today as well of all my meal prep, showing me cooking everything. And how I've planned it out for the week ahead. But yeah, just if you just want to stay up to date with me personally on how I'm doing day to day, then check me out on TikTok. Otherwise, I'll see you fuckers back here Sunday next week.
Hell yeah. And we've been doing some updates as well in the workout club in the Robbie Personal Trainer Discord. And
if you're not already in it, get the fuck in the Discord, bro. I'm not gonna have to ask again. Join the call, get in the Discord, get amongst it, guys.
Thank you for posting that, Strix, guys. There's a link to Mr. Brunski's TikTok. Highly recommend. Not only is it just like it's motivating, it is also entertaining. Dude is like a natural born entertainer, and he is far too funny and talented to be like 3 meters tall and weigh 150 kilos of pure muscle. So let's just say that. You might want to follow. Yeah. You might want to hop in the Discord.
you keep glazing me like that, I might have to make a trip down south. Let's just say that much in more than one way.
Yeah, right on my peanuts. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
I'm really Jesus Christ. Let's get that Blumpkin going, mods. So yeah, thank you very much for your commitment, the effort that I'm seeing here, as well as just coming on today. It's not easy to do something like this, and you're doing it.
Oh no, it's fucking terrifying. Like when the first video that I posted last Sunday, my hands could not stop sweating. The footage of me that I chopped up, the first 3 minutes was me sitting there petrified, unable to speak or like move, just with the camera on. It's just simple as that. Like I could have just turned it off at any moment, and I just couldn't bring myself to turn it off because I didn't want to feel the shame of already giving up before starting.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't push myself to say what I had to say because it's fucking embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's what I think people need to realize about weight loss is it's fine to be embarrassed with how you are. It's just not okay to not do something about it if that's how you really feel.
Feel that and then do the work, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is amazing. Thank you. Like that message, I think, is probably the most valuable thing that we've gotten out of this entire experience. So please, this is not easy, guys. It's not easy for me, right? In some ways, it is easier for me because of the lifestyle that I live, and like I got pretty lucky with a certain subset of my genetic makeup. But there is still effort. There is still a lot. I've dieted up. I've dieted down. And I can tell you that what Bernski is doing here is not fucking easy in many ways. Not just the doing, but all of the psychological aspects of it as well. So please, I know I just said it, go and support him. Because he's not out here trying to fuck spiders, right? He's not trying to sell you dreams. He's just keeping it real and showing you what it takes. So please go and follow him, support him.
Just trying to sell you his Blumpkins.
All right, get this fucking guy out of my goddamn VC. Thank you very much for coming, bro. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Have a good one, everyone.
Okay, so I think we've probably got a few people in here that... All right. Hey, I know I said I asked people to get active in the Discord, but I'm going to need you to shut the fuck up, okay? You guys are pissing me the fuck off. Stop. Stop sending messages now. I know I just asked you to send messages, but stop sending fucking messages. Thank you. So, do you want to kind of give the people a little intro? We've got a lot of new gens in the chat who may not know about the man, the myth, the legend. Speedy something.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Speedy something. I'm a 27-year-old man from Australia who is trying to look better now with the help of RobbiePT. I stream on Twitch. I post every single stupid thought that I have on Twitter. And my brain was about to go into some deep shit, so I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I'm a cool, fun-loving guy.
We go... Not to be like weird about it, but we go as deep as you want, brother. All right. If you don't want to go over things, we don't have to. If you do, I don't think there's anything too intense for people. We're here to show people what it takes, right? So
it's chill. Yeah, no, I'm just a guy who doesn't like himself, if we're being honest. So I'm doing this because I'm trying to start liking myself again.
Yeah.
So.
And sometimes, you know, certain like life events or just life itself can give you reasons to doubt things or question things. And it's important to kind of just have something to come back to and remind yourself like this is who you are, this is what you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the same thing with Bernski. Did you have anything in particular that you would like to start off with? Because I have something in mind that will be kind of the central thing when we get around to it.
I have one thing in mind that I want to start with. I think my scale's either broken or getting rid of alcohol from my diet has been the greatest thing ever for me because I
What?
myself
Wait,
because
wait, what?
No, no,
Alcohol
no.
is not very good for you?
No, pause. Because when we started, I think I told you I was 84 kilos.
Yep.
Well, I weighed myself today and it said 75 on there. And so I think my scale's either broken or water weight has just completely left my system.
Well, when you streamed the other day at Speedy Something, if you guys want to go check him a follow, I did notice like, you know, you kind of just had your shoulders popping out a little bit. You're looking pretty trim and like, yeah. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if, did you weigh yourself like fasted first thing in the morning, or did you kind of already have like some food in your system?
It was like last thing I did in the day.
Yeah, so you probably just like you probably had like a 4 kilo shit and then a solid week of lifestyle changes.
I will say like it was also I think I weighed myself last like a week before we
Yeah.
started all this. So
Yeah.
it was
And
like
you had already kind of started participating in the hit,
exactly.
and yeah.
Exactly. I'd already started doing shit and I had completely stopped eating. So
Yeah. And isn't it funny that like when you kind of get a bit more involved in the diet, you actually end up eating more to lose weight than you would if you were just like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to starve myself and not really do much and just be miserable.
Exactly.
Yeah. It is actually quite a lot of eating when you're actually making food instead of just going and eating whatever.
Food is definitely my biggest struggle right now. I feel like because, you know, I'm at a limit right now of 2,000 calories per day and 100 grams of protein. Like, it have to have 100 grams of protein.
Yep.
And to me, that sounds like absolutely nothing. So I keep massively under eating because I don't realize that 2,000 calories can actually be quite a lot.
Of food specifically,
exactly.
Yeah.
Of food, yeah. And I'm so hungry. And it's so unnecessary for me to be hungry because there is so much that I can be having.
Yeah. It's just like you smash a protein shake and you're like, well, that's pretty much it for the day. It's like, no, not quite.
That was me yesterday. I accidentally skipped lunch yesterday. I woke up, had my protein shake, felt like dog shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't eat until like 1 o'clock in the morning when I was, you know, bare fisting a chicken breast.
Yeah, and you've been getting a little bit of help out from the from
the
back of house.
People at work have been really supportive. Like, you know, it was really funny the first time that I was there. They were like, "Oh, do you want your usual?" Because usually, you know, I get a Parma and gravy because bistro,
Yum,
fucking delicious. So this day they come up to like Parma and gravy, and I just kind of look at him, just sad.
A single tear rolling down your cheek.
He's like, what? And I'm like, I started a diet today, man. And he's like, oh shit, what can I get you? All right, salad, chicken breast. And this dude just like started, he was like, I'll put this through for you. And then I get this like really cute salad with chicken breast shit.
Yum.
And I was like, fuck yeah, man, this is sick. And it was so yummy. It was so yummy.
It's pretty cool the way people are just so down to encourage and support you. If you're just like, and that's what I kind of wanted to show people, right, with this whole thing is it's scary. It can be really intimidating, but genuinely, if you are in a gym community, there are shitty people everywhere in the world. Unfortunately, it's almost like the better the place, the more susceptible they are to people coming in and trying to make it all about them. Yeah. But I would say for the most part, the gym and just the fitness community is predominantly people who just want to see each other succeed. So if you let someone know, even if they're not bloody Ronnie Coleman and they're not setting world records, if someone has gone to the gym and they know a little bit about the process, and you say to the chef, yeah, I'm just trying to get like a relatively low calorie, high protein thing, that dude is probably just like, holy, that is what I do. I can help this guy immediately. So yeah, that is amazing. And I also know, as we discussed, we're kind of just going to take you through a couple of weeks of the hit just to get you into the motion of it, getting you really going. And then we're going to sort of talk about the actual gym membership thing. And you said that you had some work people that they already are gym goers, so it'd be kind of easy to maybe slot in a day here or there with them. So
something that I definitely like to do. I mean, one of my co-workers offered to take me to the gym already once, and I was like, it's fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going the hell But yeah, knowing that I have that as an option is definitely like a really comforting thought.
Yeah, it's just all the ways that other people are just there to support you, you know? Because obviously I am. That's what we're doing right now. But it's, you can never have too many people supporting you, you know? Like you don't just let, every time someone says something nice to you, you don't go, oh my God, that is my best friend in the world. You still have to be discerning, and just because someone's offering you something doesn't necessarily mean that's what you need. But just to know that there are so many people there who they will do what they know to help you. And sometimes all you need to do is ask. If someone's willing to help you in one way, but you don't necessarily need that, you just say, oh yeah, I don't think that I would be able to do that, but you know, would you want to go for a walk together? Like, if one of your friends has a dog, just go to the park with your dogs and hang out, right? Like, find ways to make it a bit more social rather than effort, because that's what this can become very easily. It's just like, oh, another fucking commitment, like another thing that I have to do, or I'm just gonna like fall apart. Like, oh no, I had a bad day, so now I'm gonna put on 15 kilos and everyone's gonna hate me. Like, no. The point of this is to show that you put effort in and you get results out. And it's basically just that simple. But on the days where you have less effort, all that means is you get less results, not bad results, not like the world crumbling and, you know, everything going bad.
Yeah. I mean, that thought exactly is why I don't feel too horrible about yesterday, because like, you know, I feel like I did nothing, but at the same time, my legs still hurt.
Yeah.
So
you stuck to the things this week that you committed to.
Yeah.
And there were things like with the diet where you didn't eat enough.
Yeah.
And like nothing I can say or do is going to punish you more than how shit it feels not eating enough food. Like that's not a lesson I need to teach you, man. Your body is saying, bro, eat. So,
yeah. I mean, I remember right when we were starting, one thing that you said to me was like, bro, fucking listen to your body.
Mm-hmm.
If your body's telling you that you need more, do more.
Yep.
So
yep. And that's what we kind of want to touch on here, is that now that we've got a bit more of an idea of what your activity levels are throughout the week, we can totally, I won't do it on stream just because it's not going to be an exact science, and it's very individualized. And I don't want to put a specific set of information out there when people are going to use it and go, hey, why didn't this shit work for me? It's like, because it wasn't meant for you. So you and I will do that ourselves. But this week you will probably be able to eat more, because our assumption there on the 2,000 calorie amount was without the hit taken into account. So you're going to eat more this week.
Fuck yeah. Well, I'm going to eat more regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Last week sucked, so this week is going to be much better.
Yep. That's just a statement of fact. Because you started, and one of the big things, this is one of those things that this is your thing to talk about. So I'm not going to divulge too much, but if you want to go into it, we can. Yeah, where you spoke to us about some changes that you were going to make to the structure of your life and in terms of your time commitments. Because what I wanted to mention is sleep. So for Mr. Bernsky, his sleep is fucked because he's a dickhead as well, just like you and I. But that's aside. For him, the real big thing that I focused on was form. And if you did have any questions and stuff specifically for your form, it was really easy for me because Bernsky was recording himself and I could see it, right? So for you, it's more if you have any exercises that you perform them and you're like, ow, then I would 100% recommend that at least just to me, you don't need to post it anywhere, but send me video from the side and from the front of any exercises that you're currently doing where you're like, ow, this doesn't feel right. Well, yeah, I mean, if we're going butt booty naked, then I'd probably prefer it from the back rather than the front. But yeah, if we're going clothes, it's hot, guys. We can't always be wearing clothes. It's a bit hot at the moment in Melbourne.
I mean, look, I would not be lying. I would be lying to you if I wouldn't say that I've done pretty much every single one of your hits in my underwear. Like,
I wish I could. You have no idea. If I'm here like in fucking like tracksuit pants and like these heavy ass felt shirts, are you kidding me? If I could trust everyone to just be normal, I would be butt booty naked, like out in a forest
100%.
in the shade of a tree.
100%. 100%. Antlers out. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just letting our nuts hang.
Dick schwangin'.
Great.
But no, so I don't really have any issues with my form at the moment.
Yep.
I'm not doing anything that's making me feel ow.
Yep.
If anything, my issue with my form is I don't know if I'm doing it correctly because sometimes I feel like I'm not feeling enough.
Yep.
And then I start to like think about it while I'm doing it and I start to like squeeze and try and activate things. And then I'm like, okay, now it feels correct. So now I should probably go and ask the correct way to do this.
Yep. And that's a great point.
Like
just like quickly aside, it's called a HIIT, which those letters stand for high intensity interval training. So the intervals are 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off for 8 exercises. That's the IT, high intensity. So that means that your heart rate should be elevated to a point essentially of discomfort. So even if your muscles aren't like, oh, what the fuck, you should be like, da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Like your heart should be working. So if you're sitting there just like, you're doing an it. Like you're doing interval training. There is no high intensity. So yeah, that's a great point, and I'm really glad to hear that you're kind of self-directed in modifying your intensity, because there are times where your heart rate's going to be working, but your muscles are tired. So you don't need to go as hard on certain exercises. But right at the start of the exercise, if it's hot as fuck and you're already kind of seebs because you've worked hard the past evening and it's hot and you're tired and it's like, fuck this, it makes sense. I would rather you do a lower intensity and get it done. And then as you progress through it, naturally, it's going to become more intense as you get more tired. Your heart starts working more. That's great.
Yeah, look, I'm not gonna lie to you though. I'd be going hard as fuck.
I don't doubt it. I mean, look at you, man. I mean, I ain't seen
I
you butt booty
like-
naked
I feel
yet,
like
but you look great.
I feel like if I'm not going as hard as I possibly can at it, then there is just genuinely no point in me.
Yeah, I think you and Bernsky kind of see eye to eye in that same sense, where it's like I'm here to make changes. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm like doing nothing. Kind of coming back to the sleep thing.
Oh yeah, no. Fucking, that was a big thing that I was going to say about life changes. I just straight up quit one of my jobs so that I can start sleeping better now.
Yep.
I had 3 jobs a little while ago. I quit one of them. I had 2 jobs, and then day before yesterday, I quit the other one of them. So now I have 1 job. I have a consistent work schedule, which means I can have a consistent sleep schedule and a consistent stream schedule.
Add Speedy something. Mods?
Yeah.
Drop the link.
Guards! But yeah, so I feel like shit today, by the way, because I'm running on 3-4 hours sleep max. I woke up what time is it now? I woke up an hour and 10 minutes ago.
Damn.
Like, and I was still first to stream, by the way.
Yeah.
And I was still first to stream, by the way.
And you probably got what, like maybe 4 hours of sleep total? Like toss and turn and fucking around taking into account?
Yeah, probably about 4 hours. Probably about 3-4 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is actually more than I thought I got, which is awesome. It's more than it feels like I got.
Yeah. So with that change to the work situation, does that mean that you're going to be a daytime kind of guy with work now?
No.
It means that you're committing to the overnight stuff?
I'm committing to overnights 2 nights a week.
Okay, and what nights are those?
Friday and Saturday.
Oh, hell yeah! So
it's
that kind of
kind of
gives you, like, you won't have the full week's worth of exercise getting fucked around by that, basically.
No, I won't. But I still won't be able to come and join the Monday upper body hits because I still start work at 12
Yeah.
on Mondays. But I fucking love that hit so much.
Yeah,
it's so good. If you guys haven't
it's a
come and
banger.
joined the upper body hits on Mondays, go and join them. It is such a good workout. It
Yeah.
feels great. And it looks so good too. Such an aesthetically pleasing workout.
Hey, and
But,
the workout is also uploaded on the @RobbiePT Fitness YouTube channel. If you want to, as Speedy, if you're someone who struggles to make the stream times, hopefully I'll be able to edit the other VODs today because I think I fixed my issues. But the upper body one is uploaded and ready for people to just get her done.
Yeah, no, I won't be able to join that, but I still by my own. But we have free will. I get to do whatever the fuck I want, and I still choose to do the upper body workout on Monday.
And that's amazing. You came a little bit late to the lower body hit, and you went out of your way to perform an additional round of that. So basically, just to not cheat yourself out of a good workout. So,
I 100% could have just shown up and not said shit, and then at the end of the workout being like, "Ah,
good job, everyone! High fives!"
Yes.
Oh,
workout.
You guys did great! Oh, damn it!
My calves. Anyway, fuck. Caught it.
Damn. That's what happens when you do 3 RobbiePT hip workout streams a week. That's fucking.
I am so fucking fast now, guys. You don't understand. RobbiePT changed my life.
Guys, this guy used to be ugly as hell. Look at him now.
Ugly as hell. Look at
this guy's gorgeous.
And really humble as well.
Yes, the humblest.
Yeah, and recently single.
Yeah. Any single ladies out there looking for a very good-looking guy? Hey,
or men.
Hey, yeah, and men as well. Let's just say his beard used to be brown. Let's just say that. Let's just say that about this guy. He used to have a brown beard. Anyway, so the sleep thing. Still, I'm not sure if there are specific things. This is something that we'll touch on now, but we can chat about this for hours throughout the week. Okay. I'm here to support people. If you have things that you need to talk about or things that we need to talk about to get you through the week of effort, I'm here to support you. So sleep, there are things that we need to do. If we know things disrupt our sleep, we need to mitigate or remove them entirely. If we have things that we know facilitate good sleep, we need to not fuck around and avoid that for no reason. Because the biggest thing is just winding down. I feel like people used to wind down. That was like a normal thing around the world, because the sun went down and you're kind of like, oh, fuck, what am I going to do now? There's no light. What am I going to do? Go hunt? No, I'll be mauled to death by a forest creature. But nowadays, giving yourself an hour, 2 hours where you can be understimulated, it sucks, right? Because especially when you've had any kind of bad thing happen in your life ever, the second your mind goes quiet, it's like, hey, remember that? It's like, no.
Yep.
So I'm not going to tell you, all right, 2 hours before bedtime, you fucking sit there and stare at that wall like a good boy, and you fucking think about what you've done.
I basically fucking do that anyway.
But the difference, and this is the big thing, the difference between insomnia and just having a different kind of sleep pattern and cycle is the acceptance, right? If there is something so wrong that you literally can never sleep and you do not have a circadian rhythm, that is a medical problem and that there needs to be medical intervention. But if it really is just like you're being forced to live in such a manner that is not conducive to good circadian rhythm, then we need to find ways to mitigate the negative impact of lifestyle. So you have 2 overnights a week.
Yeah, the good thing is like I can keep a completely consistent sleep schedule 5 days a week,
Yeah.
and then have the 2 days where I do overnights.
Yep.
And get maybe like 3-4 hours of sleep a night.
Mhm.
Good thing is once I like tonight I finish at 11, I will be asleep by probably 1 a.m.
Mhm.
and I will be waking up tomorrow at like 11.
Yeah.
And that probably earlier than that, actually, probably like 9, knowing my body. But
Yeah.
like the point is, like, I will most likely get a full 8 hours tonight, and I know that tomorrow I'm either going to feel fucking amazing or the worst that I've felt all week.
Yeah.
So I just kind of got to see how that feels and then adjust around that.
Once again, a lot of people nowadays have things like sleep apnea or different things that affect their sleep. So one of 2 things, very generally speaking, there's a million things, but one of 2 very broad categories are going to be the case. Either you get 8 solid hours of sleep and you wake up feeling like shit. You are either experiencing, as I said, some kind of medical problem. It could be that your airways are collapsing and you're not getting enough oxygen through your blood throughout the night. It could be that you're overheating, blood pressure's too high, blood pressure's too low. There's a million different things that could be happening that we're just not aware of. And that requires more assistance and support. And that sucks because that's more fucking time, that's more fucking effort, that's more fucking money. But you do not understand how good you can feel until you go through the rigmarole. So that's the hard part about the process, is that you need to trust the process in order to get to the results that you're looking for. And it's even harder when you don't even know what that looks or feels like. So if you've had this problem for years and years and years, potentially your entire life, you can't even comprehend how amazing you will feel day one of getting adequate support. Or the other thing that could be the case is there is some kind of psychosomatic or psychological effect where basically you're so used to feeling tired and so used to feeling like shit that your body basically just auto completes your feeling. So you wake up first thing in the morning and you're like, all right, I'm awake. What do I do now? Oh, that's right. I feel fucking awful. I feel like dog shit. So
yeah, look, that's just, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just it. I'm not going to lie to you. I wake up and I feel like shit because I woke up.
Yeah. And I
That's
totally get
why
that.
I'm working out. That's also why I'm exercising and trying to do this, because I'm trying not to be in such a fucking horrible mental state, and therapy costs way too much fucking money.
Yeah. And for a lot of people, especially people who either have gone through therapy or just are prone to over intellectualizing, one of the best forms of therapy is getting out and actually connecting with your body and using it. So people end up doing a lot of CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, not cock and ball torture, because that's the done thing. But if you're someone who is constantly analyzing yourself and trying to figure it out and you're like, overthinking, do you think that more thinking is going to help you? Like, do you really think, man, maybe if I just thought one more time, then I'll figure it all out? Hell fucking no.
Roll it. I'm playing a fucking Gamba game with my fucking thoughts.
No, exactly. You just keep...
Maybe the next one will be the one. SS Plus start coming, guys.
Yeah.
SS Plus.
Except, what's it called? Where
Goku,
like there's
Goku.
we have gamblers in the chat, guys. What's it called when you keep failing? So they give you like the pity. Is it the pity system? I don't know. Whatever. Like the guaranteed roll. There's no pity system. IRL. You're just gonna keep cranking your shit, and you're never gonna get better. I'm sorry. Spoilers. So yeah, that one of those 2 things, and the general approach, unless we have a very strong reason to believe that there is something like medically wrong with you, we just approach it as if it is an issue of routine and mental health. And then we do what we can to support that. And if you're still fucked up when you're doing everything perfect, then we know that it's something else. Because no one is so fucked up that they can't at least feel a little bit better.
I am 100% going to say it's 100% mental.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a medical thing. I'm too fucking healthy.
And let me say, if you go to sleep at 1 and you wake up at 9 and you feel like shit, that means that we're struggling up here. And those struggles can impede you physically, but what it actually impedes is the go. Once you're going, physically, you got 8 hours of sleep. You've been eating, hopefully, enough protein. Physically, you're ready to fucking go. There is no physical excuse for you not to go on a walk or, lift some weights or do a hit or whatever. But that doesn't mean, fuck you, fuck how you're feeling, get over it, you're a bitch. That's not the point. The point is you need to tackle that because you've got nothing else to worry about. If you wake up feeling like shit, you just need to think it, you need to feel it, and you need to be as kind and encouraging to yourself as you can be, because that's the only thing stopping you from kicking some ass today. If you get 4 hours, it's probably both, and that's even worse.
Learning to be nice to myself has been the difficult part.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Like learning that, like, I'll have days like yesterday where I will fail, and I'll have days where I'm going to do fucking perfect, and I need to treat myself the exact same on both of those days, because the point is I'm still putting in the effort and I'm still sticking to this and I'm still trying to do myself better. And once I swear, once I get that thought stuck in here, I'm telling you gamers, he's
going to become
insufferable.
Like
I'm waking up.
He's going to become the most annoying cunt in the entire world.
Worst version of myself. I'm also going to be my most attractive.
He's going to be fucking jacked. He's going to be so cocky. It's going to be so annoying. Holy shit.
What if through all of this I actually become like a gentle, humble human being? Like, what if I actually just take a full left turn with all this?
I love that you're saying it. You're saying it like
not
it
all about me.
You're saying it like it isn't entirely within your control. Like you can just do that.
And fucking got it, though.
Yeah, well, we'll see, won't we? I kind of fuck with it either way because you'll be attractive. So that's the number one thing for me.
I will be handsome, so I will be the. Yeah, no, I'm gonna be the worst version.
But
it's also
this is the hard part with that, right? When you're saying, you say last week you had one day where you just absolutely demolished it, like you nailed every single commitment and you just felt great about it. And then yesterday, it was a lot of strain and stress, and you just had to get through it. You did, and you didn't fuck it all up. Right? Like you did nothing that is irredeemable, and it's very hard to do that. So right now you've got a sample size of, let's say, 7 days. One day that felt like that is going to feel huge in 7 days. But the more you go along, the more you have to kind of refer back to, the more you just validate the good parts of it, and the easier it becomes to, it depends on the person. Some people, they live like stress-free, and it boggles my mind how people can be so fucking stress-free as someone who is essentially just like the physical embodiment of stress. But for you, it's not that much or that so much as it is, I feel this way right now, but it's so much easier to just feel it and let it go because I've been here before. I've done this already, and I look back and I see how far I've come. This is just another step on the path. Whereas right now, it feels like a big part of the experience. So like the best thing you can do is just keep going.
100%. I'm just taking it one step at a time, one day at a time.
And you're killing it.
I sound like a recovering addict when I'm trying to form a habit.
Well, that's what it's all about. Habits are genuinely like one of, if not the single most effective ways of getting something done. So if you can just trick yourself into forming a habit or transferring a habit from one thing to something similar or adjacent, it's incredible, right? Like smoking to vaping, or, if you're doing something physical where some people exercise as almost like a form of self-punishment or a form of self-harm, that being able to transfer that from that kind of like hurtful, negative experience to something that is actually constructive and positive for you. So for some people, I'm not going to spoil anything, right? Hopefully he's not paying too close attention right now. For some people, you just need to get them to start. Even if what they're doing isn't necessarily the best thing for themselves, it's not necessarily the perfect thing. And in some ways, it might actually be a little negative, right? So for you right now, physically, with the where your eating's at, where your sleeping's at, doing 3 hits a week might not actually be the best thing for you physically. But the discipline, the motivation, the positive things that kind of get conjured through that experience allow you to address the greater struggles that you have. So you make a little bit of sacrifice by sweating your fucking ass off 3 days a week, and then suddenly every single other issue becomes so much easier to actually deal with.
Say either way, even if it isn't great for me to be doing, I'm going to do these hits because I feel like that's like, to me, one of the most essential parts of building this habit is getting the consistency, because
exactly.
from it's what I'm trying to get out of this is to build the habit to exercise and make myself feel good.
Yep.
Because that is the thing that I have always struggled with. Like you brought up before that in a few weeks I'll be able to go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I will say candidly, like out loud, is I physically, or not physically, like I mentally cannot bring myself to go to the gym.
Yep.
Like that's part of where my struggle with exercise has come, is I can't give myself the commitment. I've had so many gym memberships, but forming that commitment and continuously sticking to that commitment has never once been possible for me. So that's one of the biggest points that I'm trying to hit on this, is the habit forming.
Yeah, and that is the driver for everything else. So to be clear, the gym is just something that I've identified specifically for you that could be an amazing sort of transition phase where it becomes more social. It opens you up to interacting directly in person with people who seem to be already motivated themselves. And surrounding yourself with people like that is incredible. But it's not mandatory.
That's Arc 2.
No, exactly. So if we do this and 1 month from now, you still just can't face the gym, that doesn't matter. We can still get you where you want to go. It's just the gym to me, for you, with what I know about your goals, the timeline, what we want and how we want to do it, the gym makes sense. And if we get there, that's great. But that's not a failure to launch. That's just a let's see if we can get there. If we can't, we're still going to kick ass.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. How freaking yeah.
I love this shit.
When you have a conversation like this with someone and you get that like, let's fucking go. Like you feel like the buzz and the excitement and everything. That's why I love doing this shit. I get to just feel that. I get to like just steal that from people. If sometimes I might have 6 calls like this in a day where I'm just like catching up with clients and chatting. And by the end of the day, it's just like, let's fucking go. But then there are other days where it's like, I go outside and I feel my entire battery has been drained within like 10 minutes of walking around and just seeing how people are like living their lives and how disconnected and, just upset people seem to be walking around. So yeah, the way you direct your energy in stuff like this is really what I'm trying to build and show people, is like, this is worth it. If we can all show up and just do this for one another, we're going to be unstoppable. Like genuinely, imagine a community of like tens or hundreds of people who consistently show up every single day and just give this to each other back and forth. Like, what's going to stop you? Fucking nothing. Because when you post things like you did last night, where that was so just like genuine and honest, to me, that doesn't make me go, oh, Speedy's having a bad day. I'm going to eat $100 worth of KFC. You know what I mean? It's like, Speedy's having a rough day. I want to let him know that I'm fucking proud of him. And the fact that he's having that hardship, he's facing it head on and doing it anyway. What's my excuse? I'm going to go out there and kick some ass. And then I'm going to show people that even though I'm having a hard time, I'm still out there doing my thing. So yeah, already, even if you don't post a single other video or even if you don't post a single other video or post to like Blue Sky or any of the other places you decide to, just doing that, you've already contributed so massively to the people that have seen what you've done and what you've overcome. And it's been 1 week.
Well, look, I'm going to continue updating daily.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm trying to form it into a routine, and honestly, it's nice that I have a space where I can be honest and vulnerable and explain, like, show that not every day is perfect, and this is going to be a struggle. I have struggles. You will have struggles if you do this, but we fucking fuck it. We ball. You know, we go again.
And it's so much better, in my opinion. People might have different opinions, but it's so much better to struggle together than it is to sit there like every man is an island. Let me prove how tough I am, because it's hard enough. Why are you making it harder for yourself, dude?
I just feel like if we're struggling together, we're less likely to quit. If we're struggling alone, what's stopping us from
The only upside to struggling alone is that when you succeed, if you succeed, you get to tell people, I'm so tough, I did it without any help. Fuck you.
I am Guts Berserk.
It's like, do you really think that anyone's like impressed that you just made it harder for yourself? No one cares. Like, that's the hard thing. If you go out into the world expecting people to give a shit because you changed your own life, hell no. People expect you to be the best version of yourself. And if you're not, depending on the person, people will discard you. Like, it is tough out there. So that's why I want a place like this where it's not like that at all. And I'm personally vetting members of the community to make sure that we don't have any fucking super villains showing up just to be like, yeah, I did it all myself. I'm a hero. You guys suck. Hell no.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I'm proud of you, man. I'm very, very proud of you. Do you have anything else that you want to address either to me or just a message you want to put out there for the people?
No, look, I'm really fucking proud of myself. I'm glad that we've started this. I'm really glad that I took the step to start this. And I feel like, I said before in the chat, a step in any direct. Oh, sorry. A step forward or back, it doesn't matter. It's a step in the right direction. I feel like I've taken a lot of steps in the right direction this week, and I also feel like I can, like, after these first 5 days, I feel like I can really do this. I've set a realistic goal for myself, which, if people in the chat are interested, I've set the goal for myself to look as good and be as happy with myself by my cousin's wedding at the end of February. So roughly 2-ish months to transform, essentially. Autobot. Anyway. I'm really happy that I've gotten started. I'm really happy that I think I can stick to this. And I'm glad that I have you to help me out with all this. And guys, if you guys are thinking of starting shit like this, fucking start it. Because it feels really good. And it's really fulfilling. And God, I'm feeling a good place mentally.
Yeah.
And that's just really strange for me after the last 3 months of my life.
Yeah. Life just keeps fucking going, and it is so weird when you stop and think, like when things happen and a couple months later you're like, that wasn't that long ago. Like, what?
Yeah, it's like for the chat and the people who don't know me, I hit a big restart button on my life recently. Just every single thing about my life changed, and I have not been very well mentally. And this is why I started doing this, because as I said before, therapy is fucking expensive. But
all this costs is a bunch of time and commitment.
Not that therapy is a bad thing, by the way. If you're in therapy, you should definitely continue doing therapy.
It's just, unfortunately, in a place like Australia, it is like, even if you get it relatively inexpensive, you're probably going to be on like a 12-month waiting list. So
exactly. And even at that stage, like, you know, half the time, most of the options offered in Australia are free people who did a 3-week course and don't know fucking shit and are usually narcissists. But anyway,
they know like they're very knowledgeable on one thing, and then somehow they manage to diagnose every single person they ever see with that one thing.
Exactly. But yeah, anyway, speaking of narcissists, back to me.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to get too far away from the most important thing.
No, I'm really glad that we've gotten this started, and I'm glad. Thank you for being so encouraging that's to you, Robbie, and to everyone in chat, and for being so welcoming. And I really look forward to the future and to seeing where this goes, and to being fucking massive.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. And at this point, I think anyone who's here right now and has like witnessed this, I genuinely cannot see why people would not want to show up next Sunday and tell people like, guys, this is awesome. Like there's a lot of insight, not only into the process, right? Because people can ask me these fucking questions anytime and I'll answer it. It's not like this is some rare insight that they'll never get from me. It's more so they get to see the other side of it. They get to see what would it be like to be the person making that change, making that effort. Both you and Bernski have basically said week 1 was fucking tough, but holy shit, was it worth it? And that's where most people are going to be, because it's a lot of change, it's a lot of effort, but goddamn, when you actually commit to these things, you see the benefits. Even if you're not walking around with a 6-pack and like 40-inch biceps, you're going to be going, wow, I feel something. Something's happening. Yeah. So yeah, I really appreciate your commitment and the fact that you're here doing this, you know? So I hope that people have seen this, continue to kind of either support us through showing up and following Speedy. Do you have a link that you would like to go for? Throw in the chat, or get someone to throw in the chat? Would it be the Blue Sky? Because the main thing is right now, I'm just like, I'm sharing my screen. I can't be fucked getting it myself is the main thing.
I'm not going to lie to you. My keyboard is across the fucking room, man. You've seen my setup.
Yeah, because we've got Bernski over on his TikTok, which we've posted the link there. But hey, if Strix, if you still have that in your what's it called? Something board, clipboard, I'd appreciate it. Don't worry about it. You're chilling. You're too beautiful to be stressing. So we've got Speedy posting updates in the Discord alongside Blue Sky, and we've got Bernski posting updates over on TikTok as well as in the Discord. So the Discord's the place to be for everything. And next Sunday, we'll be doing the same thing. And then after a few weeks of this, we will be opening it up to the people that want to actually, I'm going to hide you for a moment there because this is a clip. This is a link that I actually do want to make sure that people are aware of. If you want to get involved in the next round of the little RobbiePT bootcamp thing that we're doing here, if you want to be doing what these handsome gamers have been doing today and throughout the week, basically you say, hey, I want this result. And then I say, okay, do this. And then on Sunday, we talk about it. It ain't rocket surgery. Yeah, let them know. Dude, what? Wait, that's wait. What the fuck? Wait, dude.
My lighting is so horrible in here, but yeah,
No, I see it.
I'm not small anymore.
I see it. Your forearms are popping off as well. Let's fucking go.
Forearms go.
Yeah. Nah, you're doing great, man. You're doing great, and I seriously cannot wait.
Hey, remember when I was fat?
Yeah. No, but like, and no hate on, we respect and accept all body types here, but like you were the worst, you were the worst kind of fat because you were like skinny fat. You didn't even have like fat guy strength.
I was just the most like disgustingly average person in the world.
It was like genuinely the only things that were going on were the things that would make someone have poor body image. Like you had none of the perks of like having body fat. So, but no, dude.
Yeah,
like,
I just had poor mental health and like a lot of body fat.
Yeah, which is, you know, when has that ever happened before, right? But where you're at right now, we want to make sure that we're getting on top of the eating. You've already made some adjustments to the sleeping, but what we need to do, we need to lock in when it comes to bedtime throughout the week, right? So if you're finishing work up at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, what you want to be doing when you get home is whatever you need to do to get yourself ready for sleep, right? We don't want you sitting like staring at your phone for as long as possible. Yeah, we want to be making sure that we're taking care of business. Appreciate you. So if you're in the chat right now and you're thinking, man, this is awesome. This idea is incredible and I want to support it. What can I possibly do? Join the Discord. Be active in the Discord. Even if it's just a little update each day, letting us know how your activity's going, you know, where you're at. Or if you just want to encourage people that are commenting, hell yeah. Follow me on Twitch, YouTube, blah, 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 all that stuff. And yeah, let people know what we're doing here. That's the big one, is that we need people. If we want to scale this up to a point and really refine this, we need numbers. Unfortunately, that's how the world works. So what I need from you guys, do the best you can for yourself, do the best you can for one another in the community, and spread the word. Yeah.
Insane.
Can I bring a friend? You can bring 7,000 friends.
Every single friend and family member, dead and alive.
Hell yeah. We got socials, Discord, Speedy and Bernski in the pinned messages. So click those links, click those follows, joins, whatever it takes. This is all free, guys. This is all free. So unfortunately for a lot of people, that means that they won't commit. But I'm here. Speedy's here.
Yeah.
Bernski's here.
I'm fucking here.
Yeah.
And it feels good. It feels really good, guys.
Yeah, just showing up, getting it done. If it's too hard, make it easier. Don't do nothing. If that's the one takeaway, please take that one to heart. It's never zero. If you have a goal or a plan that is not where you are right now, then you just have to do greater than zero and you're on your way. Right? Like you said earlier, if it's forward or backwards, you know, it's a step on the path. You're moving.
Goddamn right.
Yep. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for just being a part of this and actually showing us what you're capable of, man. I appreciate the fuck out of you, bro.
I appreciate you and I appreciate the chat. Thank you guys. Have a great
Say
day.
bye-bye, everyone.
Skibbity goodbye.
Skibbity chungus. Oh my goodness. Everyone, how are we feeling? Dude, that was sensational. I am genuinely 100% so excited. I'm excited for next week. I'm excited for these workouts throughout the week. If anyone in here is not aware, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, around 1 p.m. Melbourne time, we do our HIIT workouts. So Bernski does not participate in that. He has his own gym routine that we've built, but Speedy is a part of that. And we've got a few other people who do show up. So please let people know, you know, if you want to, you can post on socials. You can go on Reddit. I don't know. Do Reddit people know how to work out? Boom. I just don't like social media. Otherwise, I would be spamming more about it. But yeah, if you do want to help out, spreading the word in any way you can, even if it's just letting your family members know, I'll try to swear less. I'm sorry, I'm Australian. But if people want to tell grandma about the stream, I promise I'll try to swear less. I get it. There's a lot of stuff on the internet. There's a lot of people constantly asking you for things. I get it. But we're going to be doing this. We're going to be achieving this, kicking some ass, and you're all invited to join. That's the message. So yeah, please, as always, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, and have a good one. Bye-bye. Brofist.